All right, everybody, before we get into the review today, I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago. I got my shovel. I got my my movies here, and let's get to burying some shit. All right, just give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, so we got them buried, but you know, I'm thinking, I don't think burying them is just enough. Let's get something better. All right, guys, I don't think burying them was enough, so let's get to burning. All right, the deed is done. It's burned and buried and in the ground now. It's dead to me. No, you don't get to do that anymore. You lost your privileges, Michael Myers. Matthew Myers lost his privileges. All right. Now let's get into the review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nightmare Collective. I'm Chris. Thanks for stopping by and watching my review for Halloween Ends. Wow. What a movie. What a movie. I fucking hate this movie. This is the worst piece of dog shit that I've ever watched in my life. I would rather watch this. Look. This has more creativeness and it is better filmed than Halloween Ends. This paper towel has more of that than Halloween Ends. Okay, actually I'm kidding. I got you. I knew you were coming for that. I knew you were coming for me to be super pissed at this movie. And guess what? I'm not mad. They swung for the fucking fences. And yeah, some of them went out of the park. Some of them, you know, burned up in atmosphere. Some of them went to ground. And then some of them got caught. So overall, I am going to say this is not going to be a long belabored review because I need to see this movie once, twice, 3 times again so I can solidify my feelings on this movie. So let's get into the positives. My overall positive, I think this movie is really well shot. It's probably the prettiest and like best looking movie out of the trilogy. So that's a great thing. The music again by John Davies and Cody Carpenter and John Carpenter is incredible. I like the opening of this with like the pumpkins eating the other pumpkins. It's super cool. Jamie Lee Curtis gives her best performance by far. She feels like a real person. Laurie Strode feels like a real character in this and not just a mouthpiece for Evil Dies Tonight and Evil is in Michael and Michael Evil. Bad, Michael Bad, and the town's like, Michael Bad, it's your fault, Laurie, you did all these things. So it feels like there are actual well-written characters in this movie. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to like these characters, and I'm not saying you're going to like everything they do, but as a massive Halloween fan, I like that this movie is drastically different than every movie that came before it. This is not a Halloween 5. This is not a Resurrection. This movie is watchable. I mean, yes, it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie. I will say that. That's the one criticism I will give. I mean, I have nitpicks and I have things that I don't like, which we'll get into in my spoiler review tomorrow. But overall, I do like that we actually get some characters in a Halloween movie. And they're not just these like tropey archetypes that just don't really work. There is a story here. Again, you may not like the direction they're going in, but it actually is a story. It's well written. It's fleshed out. Not every line coming out is like some one-liner that not all of Halloween 2018, but a lot of that movie was that. And a hell of a lot of it in Halloween Kills was like that. I'll link both those reviews up below so you can check those out. I don't know. I think the thing is, if you wanted the movie that you want, and I can say this for most people, the movie that you wanted going in was you wanted it to be on the same night, you wanted it to finish that up, and you wanted it to all be just Laurie and Michael, the whole movie. Michael killing people to get to Laurie, and then her facing off. That's what you wanted. That's a very easy movie. I'm not saying that's an easy movie to make, but it's a very easy movie to do. And I think at this point, David Gordon Green and the team were just like, you know what? This is the last fucking hurrah for us. Blumhouse is like, you know what? Go for it. We're probably going to lose the rights after this anyway. We're not going to make another Halloween movie. So fuck it. Just do whatever you want. And I think it's a good ending for Laurie, though. I will say, I do like where we end off Laurie. I do like how we end Michael. I do like that stuff. I'm not saying I'm in love with everything that comes before it, but that part, I think I am happy with the resolution that we get. Now, the third act fight stuff, I think it's okay. I'm not in love with all of that, but I don't want to go into like major spoilers with that. But overall, I am still processing a lot of this movie. And so I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to watch it again tonight on Peacock, and then I'm going to go see it with my wife tomorrow, who typically doesn't like horror movies. So I'm taking her on purpose because I want someone who is not invested in this franchise. She has seen the other two, but is not invested in this franchise. And this movie is wildly fucking different than most horror movies and Halloween movies. I want to get that opinion because I'm very curious to see what somebody outside of this fandom thinks about this movie, because I have my instincts and I have my intuitions that I think she's gonna like it, which would tell me how a general audience would be with this movie. I think a general audience is going to like this movie because it is very different than a horror movie. I mean, I don't know if this is a good thing, but I could probably show this to my mom and my mom would probably like it, and she doesn't like horror at all. So take that how you will, good or bad. At the end of the day, even if you don't really like this movie, it's over. So you don't have to worry about anything. You never have to watch the fucking movie if you don't want to. Again, you can just watch Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 and you can end that shit. And that can be Laurie's, or H2O. You can just go back and watch that, and that can be your end for Laurie if you don't like this movie. So you have your options. You've got your two ways you can end this thing. You can watch Halloween 2 and that can be your end. You can watch H2O and that can be your end. Or you can watch Halloween Ends and that can be your end. So it's like a choose your own adventure, Choose your own Michael and Laurie ending. So I am very curious to see where we go from here. I'm going to be doing 1 or 2 talking head videos next week talking about kind of my thoughts on the franchise as a whole and where I would like it to go in the future, and then kind of my thoughts on this trilogy as a whole once I've had time to sit and marinate on my thoughts. So again, let me know what you guys think about this movie. Please, no spoilers in the comments of this video. You guys are normally pretty awesome with that. Let's save those for the video tomorrow. We can go ham on that comment section. I don't care. You can write whatever you want. I just want to know kind of overall if you liked the movie or not. We can even use emojis. We can just kind of be like, it could be an emoji review down there. Just like, it's a mad face, it's a happy face, it's a neutral face. Let's do that, and that'll kind of let me know kind of where you're at. And then, like I said, in the spoiler review, feel free to talk about whatever you want. Let's start that dialogue. I'd like to have a conversation with everybody else and see kind of where they are and discuss things. But that's pretty much all I got. So I'm going to go think about this stuff. I'm going to go edit this video, and it should be on Peacock in like 20 minutes for me or 30 minutes for me where I'm at. So I'm going to just put it on in the background. I'm going to let it marinate with me and while I'm editing, and then we'll see where we're at. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like what I do, consider becoming part of the collective, and don't forget, some doors should never be opened.